Hey, awesome people. Mr. C here with you for another fractions video. Make sure, if you learn anything new at all, click that like and subscribe button. Join us as we continue making math understandable and challenging. This video, we are going to be adding mixed numbers with like denominators using the standard strategy. This is our practice problems video. If you missed the teaching video, it is in the description below. Also in the description, you will find everything we've done for 4th grade fractions, everything we've done for 3rd grade fractions, and everything we have done for 2nd grade fractions. Each grade has its own playlist. You can check that out in the description below. Like I said, this video is going to be our adding mixed numbers with like denominators using our standard strategy practice problems video. Let's try a couple together. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready for a challenge. Make sure, before we jump into these problems, you have a growth mindset. Means that you are ready for challenges. You look for challenges. You're ready to try new things because you know that if you make a mistake, you just need to figure out where your mistake was. Use it to help you get better. Mistakes help our brains grow. All right. With that being said, I want to remind you this is our practice problems video for adding mixed numbers using the standard strategy. If you missed the teaching video, it is in the description below. Check that out if you need a little bit more guidance. Okay. Let's jump into a couple challenges. First problem we have on the screen, 5 2/4 plus 3 1/4. Feel free to pause me, try it on your own, but let's jump into it. First thing I want to point out here, I'm going to rearrange what we have on the screen, okay? Because technically what we have is we have 5 whole, we have 3 wholes, we have 2/4, and we've got 1/4, okay? This is what we are technically adding together, all of these numbers here, these whole numbers and these fractions, okay? Next thing I want to point out, did you notice something special about your denominators in these fractions? The denominators for both of these fractions are the same. That's really important. The reason that's really important is because if they weren't the same, we would have an extra step to do. But because they are the same, we can go ahead and get to adding all of these numbers together. Okay, so let's do that. Let's add our whole numbers together. Let's take 5 and let's take 3 and add them together. 5 plus 3 is 8. There we go. Now let's add our fractions together. Our fractions are 2/4 and 1/4, and again, the reason we can add them is because the denominators are the same. If they weren't the same, we would just have an extra step to do, okay? So my question to you, what is 2 plus 1? Add the numerators. 2 plus 1 is 3. Denominators, okay, pause for a second. Do we add the denominators? No, Mr. C, we never add our denominators. Well, did y'all hear that? I don't know what that was, but what I remember is that we never add our denominators. Denominator stays the same, and it is 4. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Answer that I'm getting is 8 3/4. Again, I highly recommend you double checking your answer by drawing a model. Okay. Second thing I highly recommend is slow down and make sure you picture what this looks like in your brain. Don't just rush through this problem and be like, oh, dang, Mr. C, I finished this in 23 seconds. Can you believe that? First, I'm going to say, I'm glad you got the answer correct. Second thing I'm going to say is, we don't care about how fast you solve problems. Okay, math is not about speed. Math is about solving things correctly, and it doesn't matter how much time that takes. The third thing I'm going to say is, can you actually see what your answer is? Okay, slow yourself down. Make sure you understand what your answer actually is. All right, so 5 2/4 plus 3 1/4 gives us the answer of 8 3/4. All right, ask yourself, did you make a mistake? If so, where is it? Where are you getting confused at? What doesn't make sense? Rewatch this problem. See if you can find it. Then, join me for another one. Another problem for you here on the screen. We've got 7 3/10 plus 9 6/10. So we got some big numbers here. Feel free to try this one on your own. Couple things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite these mixed numbers. I'm going to kind of group the numbers together just so we know what we have. I've got 7 whole, and I'm adding 9 wholes to it, and I'm adding 3/10, and I'm adding 6/10. Okay. Next thing I'm going to notice is I'm going to notice my fractions here. If you take a look at our fractions, the denominators are 10 for both of them. All right, because they are the same, that means we are going to be able to add them without any extra steps, so that's good. So, first things first, I'm going to change these colors real quick. Whoops. Erase the 0 on accident. There we go. All right, first things first, let's add our whole numbers. 7 plus 9. All right, think for a second. What is 7 plus 9? 7 plus 9 should give me 16. Okay. Now let's add our fractions. 3/10 plus 6/10. Well, add the numerators. 3 plus 6, that gives us 9. Add the denominators? No, remember, never add your denominators. Denominator stays the same, and there's our answer, 16 9/10. Couple things I want to ask you here. 1, can you picture in your head what 7 3/10 looks like and what 9 6/10 looks like? Remember, if you can't picture that, draw the model, okay? Don't just add these together. Draw the model and then do this. Make sure you can visually see, whether that's in your brain by just closing your eyes, whether that's just by drawing what the model looks like. Make sure you can see what we're getting as an answer, okay? Second thing I want to ask, where did you make a mistake at, okay? Ask yourself, where did we get this 16 from? Where did it come from? Where did this 9/10 come from? Okay, ask yourself those questions, because if you can answer those types of questions, then you're getting really close to mastering the skill, okay? Where did you make a mistake at? What doesn't make sense? Practice some more on your own, okay? Try some more on your own. The more we practice, the better we are going to get at this skill, okay? We've done a lot of things with mixed numbers. We've learned a lot of things with fractions. Keep working hard. Keep sticking with it. My contact information is at the end of this video. Feel free to reach out to me on any of those platforms. Remember, if you learned anything new at all, click that like and subscribe button. Join us as we continue making math understandable and challenging. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. C, out.